Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bittinger Stadium, the site of tonight's interstate contest between the Indiana State Sycamores and the Purdue Boilermakers. My name is Charlie. 5 strikeouts. Marvelous numbers. So she checks up the swing, and Tyrena Jones grabs it on a hop. Hard contact, not going to be enough to be a base knock, and Purdue's got the first out. Move the lineup down to the first of the two Hennings, as Danielle Henning flies that one out to second. Ashlyn Campbell reins in some weak contact, and that's 2 quick outs for the Boilermakers. Catcher Ross. 3-0 auto take, and it'll be ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk as Isabella Henning is given her free pass to first base. Klochek, delivery home. In there for strike 2. Testing the low and away portion there. And I love the aggressiveness. First stolen base of the year for Isabella Henning. 1-2 to shade, ripped on a line into left center, and the frozen rope finds some territory, and that's going to be an RBI double. Kennedy Shade puts the Sycamores on the board first as they take the 1-0 lead. Klochek's offering finds the outside edge, and she picks up the backwards K after freezing Robakowski. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's a punch out to start the day for Lauren Sackett. Banks floats that one up into the infield, and camped out under it is Kennedy Shade. So the shortstop Shade hauls in the second. Sackett's offering off the outside edge, and Ashlyn Campbell goes from down 0-2 to work in a free base. Behind 1-2, swing and a miss. Lauren Sackett with a couple of strikeouts strands the runner at first for the Boilermakers. That one on a line out to right field, and there with relative ease is Chloe Banks. It's all in the first out of the inning. That one roped out to center and dropping just in front of Kiara Dillon. And that's a base knock for Haley Webb. Only her 6th hit of the season. Klochek's offering home, swing and a miss. Drop third, and it doesn't matter because first base is occupied. It'll be the strikeout for Klochek, her 2nd of the day. That one hits softly over to third. Scarmardo gloves it and gets it over to Meeks in plenty of time. So Sycamores strand 1, and the Boilermakers keep it within 1 for their 2nd opportunity at the plate. Delivery to Ross, popped out to left center. Henning underneath it, and Danielle Henning has a chance to be a little bit more selective. That one ripped on a line to the right of third, and it's a fair ball. Olivia Meeks rounding. She's thinking 2, and she's in there. Olivia Meeks picks up the double, her 7th of the year. And for Jones, she leads the Boilermakers with 4 long balls as she ropes that one out to left field, tracking back at the wall, and hauled in is Danielle Henning. Making the play up against the wall, and it's a long 2nd out for the Boilermakers. The Birmingham Barons. So that one hits Bailey in the head. My goodness, that's why you wear the helmet. Bailey goes down to that one popped up into the infield, and moving in on it is Robakowski. who hauls it in. So Boilermakers strand a pair with the Sycamores still hanging on to the lead. Terre Haute, Indiana. Swing and a miss there. And that's the third punch out of the game for Klochak. So 1-2. That pitch roped out to center field. Kiara Dillon moves back under it and hauls it in. So Dillon nabs the second out of 2-1, put in the gap between 5 and 6, and that's going to be a knock. Third base hit of the day. And Isabella Henning is one. As that one's popped up down the first base line, chance at it, and Ashlyn Campbell brings it in. So Sycamores leave one aboard, keeping Purdue nice and close. Bottom of the third inning. 0-1 roped out to center, tracking back in at the warning track, hauled in by Morgan Goodrich. Nice range to go get that one. 359, the number as it stands. Bunt laid down. It's a beauty in fair territory, and she is safe. It's a bunt single for Chloe Banks. Went Catawampus. That one's hit off the end of the bat, floating down in a nice play made in left. Danielle Henning makes a great choice to drop down and scoop it in. So with a 1-2 count, pitch taken low, Banks on the move, and she'll move over into scoring position. So that one is roped out into left field, and who else but Danielle Henning to bring that one in to end the inning. So Purdue strands one in scoring position. Sycamores trying to hang on to that 1-0 lead. Taking on the freshman Robakowski. Robakowski floats that one into shallow right, and it's Ashlyn Campbell who's there to convert the Sycamore softball. Not the only Indiana State team here at Purdue University, as that one is roped out to left field. Mariah Poehler on her horse and brings it in. Time up. Swing and a miss, and Klochak picks up the punch out. Fourth of the game for her. That one roped up over the head of Shade, and that's going to be a base knock for the catcher, Ryan Ross. Payoff pitch from Sackett. Roped out to left field and stays fair. That'll be extra bases. Rounding and thinking home is Ramos, and it's a stand-up RBI double from Olivia Meeks to even the score up at 1-all. Jones, want to do everything you can to make sure you get the one you like. 2-2 contact, and it goes underneath through the 5-hole of Robakowski, getting the wave. Meeks sliding in at home, and she is safe. In the advance to third, heads up base running from Tyrena Jones, and the Boilermakers flipping the script. 2-1 now the score, with another run over at third. Back to Bailey. That one piped out to center field. Goodrich underneath it. Jones will tag, and she'll get in there. So it's a sacrifice fly from Kendall Bailey to extend the Purdue lead 3-1. So bases empty, one out for Moy. Moy floats that one into the shallow infield, and running in to make the play is Abby Chips. That one smoked out to right. Cornwell tracking back, and it's down at the wall. Round and thinking three is Poehler, and she slides in. Mariah Poehler with the triple. Get this, her fourth of the season. That one roped out to center, and it's going to drop. That's extra bases for Banks, and it's an RBI double. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Boilermakers, and they extend the lead 4-1. Terrific hitting. Banks picking up her 6th double to their competition. 0-2 floated out into center, dropping down, but Morgan Goodrich is there to haul it in. So Boilermakers have a big inning, hanging up 4 in the 4th inning, and Indiana State's got some work to do when we this Indiana State team in the Valley. Marks starts off the inning with a little base knock. And Sycamores have their 4th hit of the day. That one out into shallow left and hauled in by Mariah Poehler. So runner stays on first. It's 1 down. The runner over at 1. And Abby Chips, the leadoff hitter. Klochek, that one hit beautifully into the gap. And that is a lovely hit from Abby Chips to move the chains and put runners on first and second. Gets to pull the old classic dad I told you so, or because I said so move, as that one's down in the dirt. No throw down to third. And then Haley Hayes lost that one underneath her, and it's going to move 2 into scoring position. That one hit up the middle past the glove of Jones. 1 will score, 2 play at the plate and in safely. Nice piece of hitting from Danielle Henning, and she picks up a couple RBI, and the tying run now stands at second for the Sycamores. And she'll take ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk, and there's both the Hennings. Elish gets her sign. 1-2 swing and a miss. And from Crown Point. Oh, and chopped over to Scarmardo, who tries to apply the tag. And no out is going. Oh, they're going to say she did create the out. Out of the base path. Good call by Gavin, as this now goes to pitch, misses low, and Scarmardo trots down to first. So Boilermakers with 1 aboard. It'll be Dish Scarmardo at first. And Newbanks hit her. She had her ahead 1-2, and she hit her. Bunt shown, laid down. Olivia Meeks able to lay the bunt down, and it's a sacrifice to advance the runners into scoring position. So following the sacrifice from Meeks, it's 1 down and runners. That one floating out and hauled in. Not going to risk the tag is Scarmardo. Nice ability to make the play by Abby Chips. And now 2 down. Phenomenon of selling tickets when Michael Jordan is playing baseball. Made it pretty easy. Bailey, did she go? They're going to say she went around, but the pitch gets away and Scarmardo scores. So at minimum, the Boilermakers will add another to their tab as they extend the lead 5-3. And Bailey gets hit by the pitch again. So it would have been ball 4. But Kendall Bailey gets hit by the pitch. Dillon squares up to bunt, pulls it back, and they're just going to surrender second to Bailey. Not going to fall for the old Little League first and third. Dillon grounder to third, throw to first, plenty of time. So Robakowski makes the play. Purdue leaves a couple stranded, but adds 1 more for insurance. So 6th inning coming up. Sycamores trailing the Boilermakers 5-3 right here on. That one lined back up the middle. And it's going to be a single. Nice year of the 6th inning. Webb trying to do anything she can to stop that from happening. Swing and a miss. And the back check. Nice work there. It's Maddie Ellish for Marks from Elberfeld, Indiana. That one is roped out to left center field. It's got a chance, and it is gone. Tie ball game as an absolute laser finds a way to leave the park. Unbelievable as Bree Marks hits her first home run of the year, and it's the shot that will tie this one at 5. Strongly to the push side and opposite field hitter. Weak contact made over towards Scarmardo. Throw to first. Was it in time? And they will say it was. Jeremy Morrison took his time, but came to the conclusion that left to second, 2 to the right. Weak contact back to the pitcher, Ellish. Throw to first. And outs are required, but Maddie Ellish gives up the tying home run. Purdue to move this game today as Polar floats that one out into left field. Moving in, Danielle Henning continues to play a solid left field for the first out of the inning. See it right there. Banks has had a marvelous day today. That one floating out into shallow center, but caught at the edge of the infield dirt. It's Kennedy Shade. 2 quick outs for the Boilermakers as Cassie Newbanks. Campbell smokes that one, and it's through on the left-hand side. Ashlyn Campbell turns, and she's going to have a single. So Campbell keeps the inning alive. So Scarmardo chopper over to short, and it's mishandled. It'll advance the runners to the corners. Have to envision that one will be scored as an E6, as Kennedy Shade just didn't get it. Bunt squared up, pulled back, and in there for strike 1. And runners will advance. So Scarmardo moves to second, and it puts both in scoring position. A hit here for Haley Hayes would be big. Hayes ropes that one to left field, down the line and fair. It'll score 1, sending 2. Hayes rounding for second, and it's a stand-up double. Bringing in 2 runs, and the Boilermakers lead it 7-5. How about Haley Hayes coming in as a defensive adjustment at catcher and picking up the big double to put the Boilermakers back ahead? Indiana State getting another arm loose just in case. That one's way off the mark, and it's going to allow Hayes to advance to third. A little bit wild. And that may come back to haunt Cassie Newbanks. Getting loose out in that bullpen. Newbanks trying to get out of it without needing her. So that one misses way outside. And Olivia Meeks takes the easy free base, and it's runners at the corners